Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we are going to see the various cloud deployment models. So let's jump into this. So in the first slide, I'm going to discuss about the basic client server model. Okay, so just to get the feel of it, what is a client server model? A very simple example. Suppose we type in our web browser, suppose in Chrome we type www.google.com. So as a client, we are typing this query, this request to a particular machine, a computer machine, which is called as a server because it is going to serve this particular request of google.com and giving us back the intended result. Okay, so in computing, let me read this slide out. In computing, a client can be a web browser or a desktop application that a person interacts with to make requests to computer servers. A server can be a service such as Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, Amazon EC2, a type of virtual server. So if you have not seen this video of what is EC2, please see it. EC2 is basically a computer, a virtual computer or a virtual server. We can make it either a computer or a virtual server, a virtual computer or a virtual server. Next, for example, suppose that a client makes a request for a news article, the score in an online game, or a funny video. So if you are accessing anything, we are accessing it through client server architecture. The server evaluates the details of this request and fulfills it by returning the information to the client. Okay, so this is how the client server architecture works. It is basically a request and response system. Now we will see the deployment models for cloud computing. So what are the various deployment model? Uh, so before selecting a particular deployment model, what things we have to uh, consider? Let us see the things in green. I have written the part that in green. It required cloud application components. What are the cloud application components you require? You require only the software part? Do you require only the platform part? Do you require only the infrastructure part? What are the preferred resource management tools? And any legacy IT infrastructure requirement? What is the legacy IT infrastructure? See, before cloud computing came, anything before cloud computing is roughly considered in legacy IT infrastructure. So if a company, for example, I'm just taking an example, say Infosys is an IT company, and before cloud computing came, they might have their large infrastructure on premises, means they will have on premises large server rooms and on premises software management tools. Okay, and they must have purchased all the Windows operating system, for example. Okay, all these things they must have on premises. So this is a legacy IT infrastructure. And now if they want to move to cloud, so what are the different deployment models they can use to shift their legacy IT infrastructure? And if they are building a new application, how to build that application into the new dep- into the cloud? How can they do that? So we have basically three cloud deployment model. First is cloud based. Everything is going to be on cloud in this. Second is on premises, which is basically a private cloud. And third is a hybrid cloud. So let us see the first deployment, that is cloud based deployment. So essentially, if everything we are either shifting everything to cloud from our legacy systems, we are shifting everything to cloud uh, model, then it is called as a cloud based deployment. Or we are from scratch we are building everything on cloud, then it is again called as a cloud based deployment. So let us see, if we are running all the parts of the application in the cloud, if we are migrating existing applications to the cloud, if we are designing and building new applications in the cloud, so all these points will point to the cloud based deployment. So you need this kind of model. In a cloud based deployment model, you can migrate existing application to the cloud, or you can design and build new application in the cloud. Okay, Next, for example, a company might create an application consisting of virtual servers, databases, and networking components that are fully based in the cloud. So everything is going to be based on cloud. So this is the first deployment model. In the second deployment model, it is basically a private cloud. It is also very closely related to the legacy system which the company used before, because everything is going to be on premises, so you can access it over the internet, but you will have the whole hardware part on your premises. Or alternatively, you can buy a specific, or you can rent a specific part of the cloud services which are dedicated to you only, so you have to pay more for that. So deploy resources by using virtualization and resource management tools. Okay. So using virtualization, you will, decimate uh, your on-premise cloud services to your employees. Okay. Increase resource utilization by using application management and virtualization technologies. On-premise deployment is also known as a private cloud deployment. In this model, resources are deployed on premises by using virtualization and resource management tools. For example, you might have applications that run on technology that is fully kept in your on-premises data center. Though this model is much like legacy IT infrastructure, its incorporation of application management and virtualization technologies helps to increase resource utilization. Okay, so everything will be kept on your premise only in this kind of deployment. Let us see what is the third deployment. It is a mixture of on premises and on cloud deployment. So some part will be, your legacy part will be in your company, and some part will be on cloud. For example, uh, you want to use batch processing in your whatever applications you are doing. So for batch processing part, you can use the cloud services, but the other services, the other infrastructure can be kept in your premise only, in your company area only. Suppose you have some confidential data which you do not want to share, that can be kept in your company part only. And this is the third deployment model. So it connect cloud-based resources to on-premises infrastructure, integrate cloud-based resources with legacy IT applications. In a hybrid deployment, cloud-based resources are connected to on-premises infrastructure. You might want to use this approach in a number of situations. For example, you have legacy applications that are better maintained on-premises, or government regulations require your business to keep certain records on premises. Okay, so some government regulations, for example, if you have some bank related information and bank related queries, so the government wants you to keep them uh, private and confidential. So for that part, you can use on premise things. Now, for example, suppose that a company wants to use cloud services that can automate batch data processing and analytics. However, the company has several legacy applications that are more suitable on premises and will not be migrated to the cloud. With a hybrid deployment, the company would be able to keep the legacy applications on premises while benefiting from the data and analytics services that run in the cloud. Okay, so you can have both things. For references, we have used Amazon.com. Okay, thank you for watching this video.